Terra Wolf is having earnings in just a couple of days on the 10th of November. And why this can be the biggest catalyst for the stock so far, and what the stock is doing, and what we can expect over the next couple of weeks. All about that here in this vlog.
Welcome to the game, I'm the Wolf of Dubai.
Welcome to a brand new video. If you don't know who I am, my name is Danny. I'm looking for stocks that can go up 10, 20, 30, 50x. And we talked about Terra Wolf, where it was like a $8 to $9 company. Now it's somewhere around 15. So almost a double already, right? So I hope you followed. I hope you enjoy. And I think this is just the very beginning, okay? If you followed me for a very long time, for example, 6 or 7 years, then you know that I bought Tesla at around like $23. It went all the way down to $11. So this was all pre-split for Tesla. So I bought it like $400, and then split was like $177 at the lows. And I put my life savings into that, which is not recommended, okay? But I just thought like this is a fantastic company. This is, you know, you don't find that often companies that are so tremendously fantastic, like for example Bitmine or Terra Wolf, right? And they're just hitting that spot. Now, if you follow me, like you should follow me on the main channel as well as on the second channel and on my X account, then you could be like one of my subscribers that bought houses or apartments because they followed me, okay? And I also have a private trading group where we trade for you. We developed a software which we call the AutoPilot, and the AutoPilot allows us to send you all the trades that we are taking as professional day trading team. And this is all automatically. We want to achieve between 8 to 15% per month on average. That means that you could gain your $10,000 that you should have at least to 58 after the first 12 months. So if you're interested into that, schedule a call with me personally, and I will make sure that we see if we can help you as well. Now, let's talk about the Terra Wolf earnings, okay? For that, we would just go on the website real quick, and then you actually see that the earnings upcoming event is on the 10th of November. And it's after the market closes, okay? So that's number one. Second, look into the last earnings release, okay? So if we're looking into last earnings release, you will see why I'm so actually super excited about the new earnings, okay? Because actually look what they said the last couple of earnings, okay? So they said the revenue was 47.6 million compared to 35.6 million. Cost of revenue excluding depreciation was 22 million point one compared to 13.9 million, and the capacity grow over 45.5% for Bitcoin mining, right? But as you can see, they're actually very, very focused on the Bitcoin operations still, okay? Even though they had the fantastic, you know, news, if you're looking into WULF and then you look into Floodstack, then you see that they have a couple of huge revenue upcoming, like here, for example, summarized, okay? They have about like 6.7 billion revenues over the next couple of years. And then you have seen, okay, a company that makes around $50 million per quarter, so 200 million roughly in 1 year, but now they got like $6.7 billion in future revenue to build power for AI. Well, this is something that you should be very, very much focused, okay? So that means that even when they stay, obviously they will increase the revenue, but they have to build the capacity and they have to prepare everything for this revenue to come. And Google, who's behind all of these deals, just get more and more stake in Terra Wolf that they already almost doubled, right? So you can see here how amazing of an opportunity there's. But there's one more thing about this earnings, okay? And this is the most important one. If we are looking into the last earnings on the 8th of August 2025, and that's why I'm so excited about Terra Wolf, okay? So they had a negative 5 cents in EPS, okay? So they were a little bit, let's say, negative, not profitable earnings per share basis. But it's so rather thin, okay, that I believe with all of that new revenue, with all of that new investments, they could be, for the very first time, profitable on the EPS basis, okay? And let me tell you, one of the biggest drivers for stock appreciation, so the stock stock to go up, up, up is profitability. And I think if they play it right, then they can announce profitability on EPS basis on the 10th of November. And then also what they could do is they will also announce some crazy new deals they have maybe already, let's say, in the backyard, and then they will say, hey, you know what? Not only we have this almost $7 billion in revenue already stacked up for the future, we also profitable now. And we got this additional deal, right? I mean, that would be one of the biggest monster rallies ever. And let's dive into the stock price itself, okay? Because I will show you what this could actually mean, okay? Because it's not the very first time we seeing this kind of things, okay? So first of all, we had this recent gain of about like 27% because of the extension of the Fluid Stack deal with Google. And, you know, it's just crazy. I knew it that they would just keep on extending it because one of the most constraints on the AI markets is the power, okay? The power is more important right now than chip. You can call up NVIDIA and say like, hey, I want to have, you know, 100,000 NVIDIA chips, okay? You can have that delivered. If you say, hey, I need to have like, you know, a lot of power, that means that you have to build the infrastructure, the cabling, construction, permissions, land. It's insane. Power is the one of the most scared assets for this AI technology revolution, okay? So WULF is one of the big players, okay? So what happens, okay? Here you can see what happens in the aftermath of the earnings. 70% in a matter of like 10 or 9 days. But that was not because of the earnings itself. It was also because other players are doing the same thing, okay? So Iron, I will show you. Iron is one of these crazy companies that went up 300% after the big earnings, right? So then you have another player which called APLD, okay? Applied Digital Corporation. Also very similar setup, also turned into a kind of power company, data center infrastructure. So what happened there? Also since August to the peak, 150% until now 120%. So you can take from that TeraWulf is in the perfect spot to be a extreme runner. Now we had a little bit of consolidation. If we look into the stock chart, that's also what we can do right now really quick. So you can see here that we are somewhere in consolidation since about like 10th of October, right? So we are kind of in the same levels or the same range here between like almost $17 and $11, right? But you can see here, once we go over $17, I think we run towards 20 and 21 and then 26 and 30, okay? I think that's essentially what is interesting about this company is that if you're looking to the multi-year chart, okay, let's see if I have it here, 12 months. Yeah, you can see here that in January 2021, with all of this craziness about Bitcoin, they were already at 42. That means that, you know, algorithm trading and levels are available for this company. And also retail investors think, well, what would happen if this stock would just go to this all-time highs that they had, you know, couple of years ago. So I think the outlook is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, I don't know about you. I hope you own it as well. I think this is just the beginning. So let me know in the comments what you think about WULF. And I'm looking forward to see you tomorrow in a brand new vlog. And remember, the grass is greener always on the other side. And check out x10daytrading.com if you want us to trade for you.